to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you here on this first day of 2018. Happy New Year to those of you who haven't heard me say that to y'all yet. Happy New Year. It's a new year. I'm excited to start a new year and to see what this year has in store for us. I'm sure we'll have a lot of exciting things happening. But I'm coming to you today with episode 3 of my transitioning back to my cozy country decor series. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a little lantern on a tray centerpiece that I sit on my hearth, and I will be doing a funky bow, a little one, on top of that lantern. So I'm going to show you how to do a funky bow, a small funky bow, and how I do this little lantern. Probably not a whole lot in this video, but I don't know. We'll see how far we get today. We've been out running around and had lunch out and just a salad, and you know, we've done some other things this morning that needed to get done. So, but Chris is waiting for me to finish this part of the video, and the reason I'm kind of hurrying here is because he has that big fat ladder going up to the mirror, and he just finished cleaning the mirror above the fireplace. But I wanted to give you guys a close-up look at this massive wreath that I made to go up on top of that mirror above the fireplace. And I made this, I believe I made this before I started my YouTube channel. You know what, I can't rightly remember. I may have a voiceover for this. If not, I'll do one for it eventually. But if I have one, you can look in the top right hand corner for a link, and you can go and see how I made this. But this thing is massive. This is a burlap wreath, and I made it on a 24-inch work wreath frame. And as you can see, it has a piece of wrought iron in the middle. And I've done this in the looping fashion, which is how I do most of my wreaths. And I have a pipberry garland that matches the pipberry garland that's on the fireplace, attached into every inner ring's chenille tie. And you can see I have Gerber daisies and butterflies and that same burlap ribbon with the red berries on it that I have in the bows on the fireplace, and I made all of my staircase bows out of that same ribbon. So, but I thought you guys might like to see kind of an up close and personal look at this thing. I was really happy with how this one, there's fleur-de-lis there too, really happy with how this one turned out. And it pulls all of the decor in the family room together with the fleur-de-lis and the Gerber daisies and the pipberries and the burlap and the wrought iron. And that was my plan when I made this wreath. I wanted to make something that pulled every aspect of my decor, or as many aspects of my decor that I could, into this wreath. So anyway, we're going to be working on the hearth too. I've got some stuff set out there, and I'm pretty much finished with that because, as I said, it's a very, you know, minimalistic look compared to Christmas. Not that I'm a minimalist, I'm not. And I fully admit that I'm not. But I put Stacy's picture out there that she gave me, or her tile that she made me for Christmas. That's one thing. And I put the Holy Family that Chris got me beside that. And my Serenity prayer out there too, boxes, stackable boxes. So anyway, I'll show you how all that looks when we put the lantern that we're fixing to make back on there. But I'm fixing to carry this wreath over to Chris so that he can get it put up above the fireplace, and then I'll take a picture of the finished look for you guys, and you'll see that at the end of the video. All right, I'll be back in a minute, and we're gonna get started making a little bit of a funky bow and a small lantern centerpiece. Be right back. Okie dokie, everybody, I'm back, and I've been having some technical difficulties with my phone and my charging cable and all kinds of stuff. So I am going to try to get through this little lantern and funky bow, but I just made this whole funky bow right here, pretty little funky bow to put on this lantern, and my phone did not record any of it. So therefore, I'm going to go ahead and make another funky bow like this, because I can actually use the second one for you guys. And then I will explain to you guys, for those of you who are new to my channel, I'll explain to you about how I do my lantern centerpieces. But first of all, I want to go ahead and make a small, as you can see, a small funky bow. And I'm going to make it look just, hopefully, look just like that. So, and I'm hoping I have enough of this. I have enough of the other two ribbons. So, say a prayer. Let's hope we get through this. And if I have enough, I'm only going to cut. I'm going to make a funky bow. This is what's called a funky bow. Again, for those of you who are new to my channel, might not have seen me make something like this. And I did want to mention that I am not the creator of the funky bow. I really don't know who created it, but I will say that I learned it from Julie over there at Southern Charm Wreaths. And I always like to give her a shout out. I don't know her personally, but I like to give her a shout out because that's where I learned to do it. And I went to YouTube to figure out how to make a multi-patterned ribbon bow. And I've tweaked her, I think she tweaks her own design too, but I, you know, have kind of made it my own. And I love me some funky bows. So first thing I need are 3 lengths of 20 of each ribbon. And these are the 3 ribbons that I'm going to use. So there's one. Oh, I'm telling you, it's been a day. 2. And 3. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the ends. And I do that by folding the ribbon lengthwise, in half lengthwise, and then I cut from the edge, or I cut from the fold. But normally I cut from the edge, and that's the way I've been doing it for like 30 years. So it's hard for me to do something different. A lot of people cut from the fold. Regardless, either way, you want it to look like a dove's tail. Hence why they call it dovetailing. So I had enough. Woohoo! There we go. I might even have enough to use to tie it on. I'm going to go ahead and use this one for the lantern, and I'm making this for a little floor kind of faux lantern that I have over there, wrought iron. So, okay, so I'll save that. Let me see here. We need 3 of these at 20. Go ahead and dovetail the ends. Okay, and now I need 3 lengths of this burlap. I was really worried. It aggravates me because I had my phone on and I was on a roll and I was telling you guys all about this burlap. Candace got me this burlap for Christmas. And what I figured out is it's not wired. And usually I always say, always use wired ribbon, whatever bow you're making. Always use wired ribbon because your bow will hold its shape much better if you use wired ribbon. So I was like, oh, I don't know whether this is going to work in this funky bow because it's not wired, but it's a very stiff ribbon, and I think that's why it worked. Plus, I wasn't sure that the burlap was going to look wonderful with these other 2 ribbons, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. So I was like, oh, relieved. In the other video that obviously was not recording, what in the world? My phone is hiccuping all over the place today, making me just a little bit crazy. I have a camera I can use, but it is so much easier just to use my phone because I can put it on my little tripod here. That is really my selfie stick, and It's just much easier. So, but anyway, regardless. All right, here we go. Then you line up your ribbons, put them how you know you're going to be putting your bow together, one after the other. Get that out of the way for just a second. Just like that. All right, now I'm literally going to fold this in half, and then I'm going to make about a 4.5 inch loop. I always make 5-inch loops, you guys, but I ended up pulling those in a little bit, so I'm really going to make about a 4.5 inch loop. I like them better, I think. I like, for this particular bow, I liked it better. So, always go, looks like two-sided ribbon, but it's really one-sided. This looks a little different. So always go to the underneath tail and twist it to bring that right side up. And with a 9 loop bow like I'm making, I like to, so I'm going to go to 4.5, switch the direction of the ribbon each time I add a loop. And I always like to pull my loops kind of forward and up. Again, just cut it in, or fold it in half, go to about 4.5, and we're going to go the other direction. And this is really stiff ribbon. It's nice. Go underneath. I hold that with my pinky too. I grab that with my pinky kind of, and I don't think I've ever said that, and twist. And you just work your way through the entire 4.5 line of strips of ribbon that we have here, alternating each time, making sure you have 4.5 inches. Twist, bring forward. There we go. We're cooking with gas now, you guys. Oh my goodness. I try not to lose my temper, and I didn't lose my temper. I was just upset. I was like, oh my gosh, I had explained how I do my lanterns. I was ready to put it together. I was ready to tie that on. Oh my goodness gracious. And realized that my phone had turned off, and not only that, but it hadn't recorded anything of what I had done. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry. And Chris figured out that it was a charging cable issue, not my phone issue, but still, I'm slightly frustrated, you guys. All right, so I really kind of need to try to finish this and let my phone charge, and then I might just close this one out after this and go over and show you guys what I've done on the hearth, and show you that the wreath is up now. And one more. And then I can get you guys a video, at least. Not that you all expect one every single day, but it might have to be might have been a day since you saw this. I'm not sure. And you know what I don't have here? I don't have a pipe cleaner. I need to go get a pipe cleaner. Hang on. Oh, don't have one. I'll be right back. Okie dokie, here we go. Get yourself a pipe cleaner. Kind of go to the center of your pipe cleaner. Put it kind of on the side of your thumb, and then lift your thumb if you can. Your hand will cramp a little bit doing this. And pull it around and twist. Twist. Here we go. And there is a funky bow. Before it is kind of fluffed up a little bit. And then, as I always say, I harp on this. all the time. Please take the time to fluff up your loops, to fluff up your bow, because that can make the biggest difference, you guys. If you just take a little time to make sure all of your loops are as full as they can possibly be. You can pull some of the tails up and in, and don't be afraid to trim up your tails too. If they're kind of out of control and wacky, too wacky for you, trim them up like that one. I'm like, what in the world is going on with that one? Trim that one up there just a little bit. And there we go. I'm going to take this little piece of ribbon and put it right side down and put it right in the back of this pipe cleaner, like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down a little bit. And that way I can use that to tie it onto that little lantern out there. And that, my friends, is my second funky bow of the day. Ay, ay, ay. All right. All right, I'm not going to mess around with this one too much here. But y'all get the drift. Of course, I am going to mess around with it because I can't just leave it alone. Anal retentive much? Okay, I'm going to set that aside for now and start explaining about my lantern centerpiece. Whenever I do a lantern centerpiece, I always use a tray to set the lantern down in and to build a decor around the bottom of the lantern. I got this tray is a mirror tray that I got from Hobby Lobby. I don't even know, a couple years ago now. And I reuse this tray and this lantern throughout the seasons. I do sometimes switch out this lantern for a redder colored lantern that I have, because sometimes I'll put my decor to a red and white decor. I'm doing more muted burgundies and warmer colors right now. But hence me using the burgundy colored little lantern. So, but I always usually use this lantern, or a lantern, and the tray, and a candle of some sort, or I use fairy lights. In this situation, I'm going to use this battery operated candle. And I'm just going to put this inside. And sometimes I build decor inside too, but I'm not going to do that in this lantern, because this is just pretty much a little bit of an accent lantern. And then I just set that right down. And this is just a napkin that I got from my little country store that matches. I love this pattern, by the way. As you can see, it mimics that bow or that ribbon pattern. I also have placemats that I use for end table doilies in there, and the little bear that sits up behind this lantern on the hearth is also dressed in this. It's a nice country basic plaid. So anyway, I just set my lantern right in the middle. Sometimes with my bigger ones, I'll measure them, and you can do that just to make sure that you have it in the middle. It's about almost 5 inches around the other side. And that's right at 5 inches. So it needs to go to the right a little bit. There we go. Okay, as you can see, I have in Ziploc bags here. This is what I used. I haven't seen this lantern or this decor since last August, literally. So this is going to be a surprise to me. I can tell that this one has got a pitberry garland in it, though. So somebody just asked me yesterday in my last video, in episode 2, I guess, how I package. I haven't been able to answer you yet, honey. If I haven't gotten to you, I'll answer you here. You say, how do my flowers don't get smushed when I put them in Ziploc bags? I really don't know. I don't do anything special to them, but I guess I just am lucky that they kind of come out looking okay and not smushed. But anyway, I don't do anything special to answer your question. I guess I've just gotten lucky. So anyway, as you can see here, I have a pipberry garland, and this is an old piece of pipberry garland that was obviously used for some other project, and I'm going to take a minute to fluff it out a little bit. And I usually like to use, I love pipberries, as you've seen in my decor. This mimics the pipberry that I have on the mantle, hanging on the mantle. And I really love the look of pipberries. I think it just oozes country with the pipberries. So as you can see, this is kind of old, so we're just going to hide that piece there. So this is how I start my lantern though. I always like to use a nice base of pipberries to go around the lantern. And I try to fluff them up a little bit, knowing that there's going to be decor sitting around the lantern too. And I do something called, I anchor my corners. Let's see what I have in here. I'm not sure what I have in here. I have a couple of cardinals. And I bet you anything, I anchored my front two corners. You're not going to be able to see this lantern from the back. It's going to be sitting up against a basket. So I'm only going to quote what I call as anchoring, what I call anchor. So I'm only going to anchor the front two corners. I'm not going to worry about the back corners, other than I have, hang on. Other than I have these two stars, and I usually put these, they're a little dusty, because they've been on the hearth for a while. I usually put one in the one back corner, the taller of the two, because it's going to sit on the left-hand side of my hearth, and I like the taller star to be on the left. Why? I don't know. My eyes just are happier. I'm going to kind of point them both kind of that direction, because it's going to sit cattywomp, kind of like that. So, all right, now what else did I have here? Obviously, I took all of this stuff out of this lantern when I packed it up. So let me see if I can figure out what I had done with it. I'm pretty sure I had the Bless Your Heart right in the front. And you know what? I don't care if that goes crooked on me a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. I kind of like it actually when it's sitting in there a little wonky. And I've got some fleur-de-lis. Like that. I had those kind of on the sides like that. I really don't know. I haven't looked at a picture or anything. And I haven't made up this, well, there goes the Bless Your Heart. Haven't made up this decor since, like I say, last August. Stand up there, Betty. All right. And I have some flowers. I don't think I moved that far enough, did I? There we go. And I had these two. I think I probably had that like that. I really don't know, like I said. I've not been, and I don't care if it covers up a little bit of the fleur-de-lis. That's okay. I'd rather kind of go that way. I'm not liking these fleur-de-lis in here. They're too yellow. I'm not going to use those. I do have a couple of burgundy ones over here though. Let's see here. Maybe like that. I like that better. Just as an accent back there, I think. There we go. And that will do it for the bottom. Not going to use that. All right. So now, which one of these was? I think this one was the one I had originally made. I'm just going to go ahead and put this funky bow on. I'm going to turn it all the way around. As you can see, I'm not worried about the back. I'm going to go ahead and tie this on. I could do this without messing up any of the decor I just did. I kind of want it to be in the middle. I really don't want it to be off to one side too much. And I just do a kind of a square bow. It's left over right, and right over left. And then I twist this and before I put the loop through so that the right side is shown. And I twist this back over here. And And there we have it. Let me turn this around and we're going to mess with that bow a little bit. Make sure it looks pretty. You can see the candle in there. The bow isn't covering up the candle. I just want it to be a hint of light down there anyway. I don't need it to be, look, I'm a candle. You know, I just want it to be just very subtle. Liking this. There we go. That's it. I need to pull this forward a little bit. There we go. And sometimes you just have to stop and call it done. So there we go. Pretty little lantern centerpiece to sit on my hearth. So I'll be right back with some final words. I'll take you over to the fireplace and show you what I've done over there. And then that'll be it for today's video, I think. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, here I am. And it is dark outside now. That tells you how long I have been working at this. So it's pretty crazy here in this house today. But I wanted to show you this finished product here first so I can lift it up and show it to you. And then I'm going to say goodbye to you as I'm looking at you here. And then we're going to go over and I'll explain what I did on the hearth. Oh, first of all, I wanted to tell you too, I decided to put a couple of tails, there we go, on this funky bow, just so that they could hang down, and you'll see what I mean. And I need to fix this bow yet, so this is gonna be a lot prettier the next time you see it. But I wanted to show you that I just tied it in to the back of the, in front. I took this off and then I put it in with the twist, or in with the pipe cleaner, and then put this on top, and then this is what I'll use to tie it onto the little lantern, black wrought iron lantern I have out there. And then these tails will hang down. So here we go with this finished little lantern. Bless your heart. That is something I say, and I'm serious when I say it. I don't just say that. You know, some people say it with a, oh, bless your heart, you know, like that. I'm just not that type of a person. I check out my Windex there. Isn't that pretty on my counter? I am all discombobulated over here. I will get done this decorating. Anyway, and there's that funky bow. So, I'm super happy with how it turned out. And now, I'm going to say goodbye here, but then I am going to talk to you over there. So I just want to blow you my kiss here. And I hope that all of you have had a better first day of 2018 than I have. Actually, it was really good before I started messing with my phone, and it just went kaflooey on me. So, but anyway, I will be back with episode 4 in the next couple of days. Not sure when. We'll see if my phone holds its charge now that it is charging, and if this video has worked out all right, then hopefully I'll be able to make another one. So, but anyway, I will just say for now, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye. I'll really be right back behind the camera. So there's that wreath hanging up on the nicely cleaned mirror. And there's the mantle from episode 2. And then here is what I did with the hearth. I decided I wasn't going to put anything to the left of the hearth, just that pipberry tree that Stacy got me from Home Goods last year. And there are my nesting boxes with the Serenity prayer on them. And then there is that brand new little lantern that we just made. And little Boyd's Behr, old Boyd's Behr. She was back in the 90s, I think. We got her. And I just have a star, big wooden star hanging on the little lantern, or the little ladder. And then on this side, I decided to put each of us as an innkeeper who decides if there is room for Jesus. Stacy got me that for Christmas, and I am going to consider that a piece of cozy country decor that will stay out in my decor all year long, not just at Christmas, along with the Holy Family that Chris got me from Willow Tree. And I just have a couple more candle holders, and then a little crock with nothing more than a little wooden ladder with some pipberries in the crock and wrapped around with white lights. And then there is that other funky bow. What happened to the other bow tail? Oh, it got wrapped around when I picked it up. But anyway, that turned out cute. I haven't done anything with that yet except for just Happiness is Homemade, and I will be doing more with that, along with the credenza and this cozy corner. So we're not working extremely fast, but that's okay. I want it done right, and I want it to look cozy. So, but that's it for this one, you guys. It is now 20 of 6. Oh my goodness. I'm usually done in editing my videos by now. But we are going to go and have some dinner, and I'm going to sit down and rest for the rest of the evening. So, again, I will say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.